Greetings everyone, I'm Sami Laakso from Snowdale Design, and in this stream I'm going to draw a card for Lands of Galzyr's expansion Dreams and Mysteries, and I'm not sure yet which card we are going to draw for the game. I want to show you two different options. They are both item cards, and I will put a poll on YouTube, and you can vote on which one you find more interesting. So let's hop on here, and the first option is a treasure chest, and that's these are both so-called unique items. Well, all the cards in the game or items in the game are unique, but these ones are some that you can't find from the stores or markets in the game. So this one is it's could say that the spoiler just know, well, anything I show is kind of like a spoiler, but you don't know where you can find them, etc, etc. But basically it's a treasure chest. There's a fun little effect to it as well, but well, would you like to see a treasure chest being drawn, or the other option is a crystal ball? Both of them are quite fun. I'll delve deeper into the mechanisms of the card that we choose. So here's the poll. You should now be able to vote it. Vote for it on YouTube. Welcome to the stream, Ville, Trevor, and Coglistro. Yeah, I think that's how you wanted it to be said last time I asked. Yeah, Trevor is suggesting an open treasure chest with a crystal ball. The treasure chest, for its mechanisms, it kind of needs the chest to be closed. Let me know if the voice levels are good. On a few streams I had my microphone a little bit too silent. I have boosted it. It should be a little better now. And as for the music, it seems fine on my end, but I'm not hearing it myself during these recordings. So do let me know if the levels are fine. So we have some votes. Currently Crystal Ball is winning with the small margin. If Ville is happy with the sound, then everyone should be happy with the sound, because he's the pickiest when it comes to the sound levels that I know for the streams. Oh no, now it's exactly 50-50. We still need one more vote at least. Someone can break the tie. Should we draw a crystal ball or a treasure chest? Crystal ball is leading by one. Next stream, next week, I will most likely draw a character. It might even be the red panda that we have. Everyone have voted on the campaign page, and but before I draw that, I want to know, or we will post. Yes, yeah, it's. I'm just looking at the schedule for the campaign. The end date for the poll for the quest will be the same as the date when I have the second drawing illustration stream. So that will be perfect, because then I know what kind of story the red panda will have, and I don't want to draw the illustration before knowing what kind of story they will be in. So I think that will be the next stream. And now Crystal Ball is winning more clearly, so we can close the poll. Thanks everyone for voting for that, and let's go with the crystal ball that you can see in some direction right now here, the crystal ball. So it's an item you can find from different places. It will have lucky and relic tags, and well, the preliminary fluff text goes as most folk do not believe in supernatural occurrences. Still, even they find it hard to deny the power belief can have. So it's very fun effect that we have come up with for this one, in which every turn you can use the crystal ball once, and there's no limit on what skill check it is. No, doesn't matter which skill it is, doesn't matter what verb it is. You can use it before choosing an option with the skill check. You roll the die, and 50-50 you get one success or one failure if you choose that option. So many times you can have two different skill check options, and you choose one of them, then you roll the die for the crystal ball, and that specific option will become easier or harder depending on the roll. So that's the idea behind this, and it's really fun and thematic, where you choose like should I run or like run away, for example, an option, and then you let's see what my crystal ball has to say, and then you roll and oh yes I should definitely run, and then you get a little bit of boost for that, or you are like oh no this looks as a terrible idea, and then you would get a failure for it, but you don't need to choose it, you can still choose the other option. So here we have just the base, and I have not drawn any sketches for this. I thought we could do all of that during the stream, as oftentimes you also come up with some great ideas. But let's put that on. It will have lucky and relic tags, if I remember correctly. Here, yeah, lucky and relic tags. I have just placeholders in this drawing file, and I was imagining it to be, well, for relic it needs to be look like very old item, and also for lucky is being themed around also ocelots in the past, as that's the lucky ocelots is the name of the deck for Dale of Merchants, and the base game cards with the lucky tag have illustrations from Dale of Merchants ocelot deck. So I want this also to have some ocelot theming, and my initial idea was that it is of course a crystal ball, but it's hold on with a stand, and the stand would have like paws made from brass or metal or something like that. That was my original idea that I was thinking of, but I'm not sure yet how the ball is held on top of the stand. I can turn that more transparent. The red one here, the red grid, is just so we can better see the perspective that the item should be on when it's drawn on the wooden floor. So, well, first we can actually, it's going, can make a perfect circle, because it needs to be, usually in most cases I would hand draw even the circle for the sketch, but in this case, because it's a glass sphere, I think it should be pretty perfect. So we can start with start with the perfect circle for the sketch. And what? Thinking if it should have 4 legs or 3 legs. Probably either of those two. 2 would be unstable, and 5 is too many. I was thinking of 3. We can even do something like this. This is the grid that is laid on the floor, so we could do a triangle to help with our perspective. I don't know which, play around a little with the positioning. It's probably somewhere around there. Oh, that's the wrong one. Yeah, it's way too big. Because with this we can actually see where the legs would touch the floor. So there's less guesswork involved. That's kinda nice. There was some question from Ville. Is there any crystal balls in Dale of Merchants? No, not yet. Otherwise could just basically use that one, but we don't have any there yet. Let me know if I should turn the music a little bit up, especially because with this drawing stream I might get silent for longer periods of time. Let's rotate it just a little bit more. Actually, even more. And 1 teens a bit. Because this, there we will have tags. They will be not ancient the music, but they will be a little bit higher on the left side than the right side. So that's why I want this to be a little bit lower than this. And I can also, the center is pretty much there, just so we can even better so should be there, but I do want it in a different place, so no, it's always a little bit trying to find the perfect place. Yeah, now we are talking, so we can use these as helpers for the sketch, because I was thinking of, well, here's the ball is something like that, and then if we would work to connect the legs, this one is out of view, we can't see. I think we want, if I rotate a little bit more, we could get third leg visible too. So let's try that one. Yeah, maybe this is the more interesting angle, because here we could get all the, and also heighten the ball a little, but Of course we can see through the ball, but at least this way we could also see the legs a little bit better. So this I was thinking of making some sort of pause, not exactly sure which kind, but that was my initial idea that I had. And then some kind of base that holds the ball could have some sort of something like this to hold it on to. Don't know exactly. How about if the crystal ball would be an Ocelot Gamble cup, which is upside down? Do you mean like the base would be an Ocelot Gamble cup, not the actual crystal ball? I think the legs seem very far away with this, so let's make it smaller. So if they were something like this. This one you could only see perhaps through the crystal ball. That might start to work somewhat, because the final leg we can see it if we know about those. We need to see what kind of base this is. Like if we have the final leg, something like that, that maybe there's a circular base under it, and then you can't see properly through the ball, so it would be maybe something like that. It still needs a lot more, some kind of decorations and stuff. For example, just some, I don't know what, just any kind of decorations to make it more interesting. I guess it will say yes, and or if you go with that design, maybe some inspiration from Charm. Yeah, I'll also good to look up some inspiration from online. So let's say crystal ball. I do want some Ocelot vibes to it. I just want to see what kind of stance they have. For example, let's put here. Here's one, which is kind of what I had in mind, but yeah, the biggest difference clearly has taller base, which seems to make it look quite nice. Yeah, many have just this very simple like circular base, but that's doesn't give us Ocelot vibes, so that's boring. Yeah, but this is kind of what I had in mind, but of course we want to make it different style. And here's 1, 2 that it has horses, but just an idea, like there would be a bigger one. I'm not sure if it would be more. We can try if there's actually paws holding the ball instead of being on the ground. but they were on the wall. We can try that kind of 1, 2. Here's one. It has very narrow bottom, so it's very unstable in that way. But just to see. And those are, I think, enough. Yeah, Coglistro. Someday I will say it without stumbling. Is saying that yeah, crystal ball on ornate stand. Yeah, I want because the ball itself will be kind of boring. Of course, we can do some kind of foggy mystery magic vibes inside for kind of like this right one here. But I want the base to have an interesting design. Ville saying let's put a blindfold on crystal ball. Yeah, if you have both, then you can technically do that. Snow globe crystal ball. That could also be possibility. Let's check. Put some Dale of Merchants cards. Also cards here as an inspiration. We have blindfold. Then we have charm. Here's the charm. Yeah, well, the snow globe is not impossible actually, because we do have it. Because if we were to do that, we could put new season inside the ball, because that's an Ocelot card, so that would be a fun little Easter egg, even if it's very faded out inside. So we might actually do the snow globe where like it's a crystal ball with a snow globe, fake snowman inside. We also have the whirligig. We still have gamble. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's all the different Ocelot cards. The bottom one, that we are not too interested. That's not too interesting. Just putting these here as a source of inspiration. Trevor is agreeing. Welcome to the stream, Daniel. Thematically, would the hares be the usual owners of these? Maybe they should be bunny paws. Yes, we were thinking of adding a crystal ball for the hares in their deck, but just none of the cards made perfect sense with that, so we didn't end up doing it at that time. But it's possible that, yeah, I was hesitant first because I wanted the Ocelot theme, but if it's hare paws with the Ocelot snow globe inside, then it's kind of both. Because I do, if we can make a like a homage to the lucky tag, that would be great. And the new season, which is the name of the snow globe card in Dale of Merchants, then that would be perfect. We can put the snowman inside. Just that the paws, especially when they don't have a proper color, when they're like brass or something, there's not too much that you can do to differentiate between hare paw or an Ocelot paw. It can just look like a paw. So I'm not sure how we could make the connection more easily. Let's try some other new sketches. So that's one we had. We can do a different one. can still try the triangle in a way, but I wanted to try the version where the paw is looks like a little bit of a hand, but we can work on that. Just if there are paws holding the ball. Might look very nice, especially with the one on the back, because then we can show the paw prints, or the pad, not prints but pads. We could do that. Maybe these just connect here, and then we would have a actual circular base. It's not horrible, but that's at least better than we already had, so that's an improvement. Something like that, for example, is already a lot more interesting. Let's do a quick snowman. Let's do a quick snowman sketch. Oh, I still have that one on. Just so we can visualize how that would feel if we had something like this faded out inside. Yeah, we might have to do that. Like, I don't know if we can resist adding the snowman inside. Thanks for joining, Trevor. Heading to sleep. Look forward to watching the rest of tomorrow. Yeah, this will take a while, as we are still still in the sketching phase and before we color. But this might actually be kind of fast to color because it's quite simple shape. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. So that's this. We have the Ville was talking about the charm. Thinking how that would play out. Like if the ocelot were kind of like holding it, not this exact same, but similar ocelot were like holding, or like on the back. Well, hard to show here, but it is the pose. Kind of like this is very human-like. This is just a quick example what we could do. Something like that, but imagine that being an ocelot, like holding holding the crystal ball. Could even be kind of 3 of those in different, looking at different directions. Or it could kind of be something like They are looking backwards. There's another idea. Like cats holding the ball, kind of like that. Yeah, this is not my favorite. This might be fun. Like all the three ocelots hugging the ball, kinda, because that would also with Lands of Galzyr card format, the space we have for the illustration is wider than it is tall. So just narrow tall items tend not to look so good. So we usually like to put them like on the leaning down on the floor, for example. So if we can make the crystal ball wider, for example, with this kind of design with the tails and stuff, it could work better. Yeah, we less think that they're watching the future. Which is the winter. Winter is the future. Like this might be my favorite so far. Of course, it can't be 3 different pieces, so the hands would have to like touch each other. That's fine. And then we have like one more here on the back. Something like that, then you can see one through the ball a little. Of course, you should not be able to see through the snowman if we put one of those inside. But yeah, this is my favorite version so far. Kinda like it. Could make here. Make all of this a little bit bigger too. I think that's quite unique crystal ball design. I've not seen one of those, so like now we could change these to hairs holding the, but I'm not sure about the snowman. It could still be really ocelot vibes with just the cats. So that's something we can choose later too. Because this way I do like how much you can see the three cats. This is definitely my favorite. So, but then I need to actually do a proper. This is not the sphere, this is the sketch. I need to do a proper sketch with this, with the ocelots in this orientation. I can do them. Need to choose if they should be very like realistic proportions, that they are now kind of realistic, or very comical, like this charm on the bottom left here. Yeah, Daniel likes the also tails, that they give it a bit of an extra flair. Because they could be quite realistic. We had one of the this one has, for example, very realistic like horses, or no, they're actually Pegasuses. But for me, this has also a little bit of a mismatch because the actual ball is of course very simple, or like well, minimalistic, and then it's super detailed down here, so I don't kind of like the mismatch of no detail at all and then super whole lot of detail, so maybe somewhat characteristic, or at least in the middle. Some smoke and reflections inside, comical with bigger lower body, so it looks more like a stand. Welcome to the stream, Rothana. Whoa, if I were to have a crystal ball, I'd want it to look like this. The cat face is really interesting with the tail sticking out, and I like the implications of luck, lives, and curiosity. There are many, we also have like Mia and Tia, ocelot goddesses in the lore, so in that sense it would only have 2 cats, but maybe they had 3 at some point and they don't like that 3rd one anymore, but this is so old that this actually depicts all 3 of them. Who knows, but the graphical design of this looks a lot nicer with 3, so I definitely want to keep 3 cats here. So let's make more layers. If I can find the correct. Triangles. Thinking they should. Let's rotate it again, because again I want it to be in different orientation. Yeah, that's quite nice, because so one cat should be here. Just thinking they should be almost circular base for them. Maybe that should be roughly the center. Battery on my remote. See, this should be still trying to make it quite symmetrical. That could be roughly where they're and start. No, the triangle is definitely too high right now. Yeah, should be lower. still thinking that it's two. We can move it around later if we need. Just looking the good proportions. Now it's probably better. Thinking if it's a bit higher still. Seeing if they should just basically sit down, trying to sketch one of the simple ocelots. Kind of like the shape of it leaning backwards. Makes it more interesting. It also needs to be closer. There. Trying to see how everything is. It's hard. Not an easy thing to align. Roughly there, where their hands should meet. Yeah, the length of their hands will also highly dictate the proportions, because if the body looks too small with the long arms, we just need to make the body bigger. This is would be roughly here. We'll get there. Thinking how they like to have a little bit of snout to make them look more like ocelots, but also if they look backwards, they can try to keep the ball shape in mind as well. Coglistro is asking if the hands need to touch. It's just if they don't touch, something else should touch, because otherwise basically it would be 3 separate pieces instead of a single piece. So they would have to touch like on the bottom or somewhere. so it's not, so it's one single stand. And we might need to play around with the proportions, but I think we're going to be able to get a nice one. We're less accessing to add a funny face to the one behind. We can consider that once we get that far. This was the how the hand should be somewhere there. We can make this almost like the legs also point to each other, might add nice symmetry to the base. We can just maybe slender stylized ocelots so you can play around with longer arms, necks, etc. Yeah, and you might need to longer them a little bit, but I was also also thinking that it might look interesting if they're kind of holding hands. Yeah, I like that a lot more. Now it looks like they could actually like stay in that position because they are lock their hands. Welcome to the stream, Tontsa. Hello. We are doing a crystal ball with some fun ocelots. So. Daniel also agrees with the holding hands. There's something a little bit wrong still with the proportions because the left one and on the center front looks fine, but the one on the left is... The right one is kind of fine, but the left one has a little bit of long arm syndrome. We can just do a little bit of that. To help with it. And then this legs can't be visible, looks very unnatural. That's a little bit longer. And if we make I think we can make that last one's tail visible too. That's starting to be pretty nice. I do like it. Let's take one more reference. Ocelot themselves. I thought we didn't need that because we are doing an item, but well, the item just happens to have 3 ocelots on it, so let's bring let's bring that one here as well. Coglistros saying sent an idea of what I was thinking on Discord, but I'm going to bed, so I'll see the final masterpiece in the morning. Good night all. Well, now let's see. I have my Discord in the wrong place, so let's move that here. It's the Lands of Galzyr channel. I was thinking looking like this, but not interlocked, rather like nested like that. Okay. We can add more references here. So this was Coglistros' idea, but more like interlock or nested in this way. But I'm not sure what it would be like. Maybe this. Oh yeah, you don't see this yet. Isn't this one? Kind of like this, but more like nested, like this. But this might be like paws or something, and then the paws are like wrapping around. But I don't know if this side, for example, would be the paw holding the crystal ball. I don't know what this side would be. I think I like the for now. I like our ocelot triangle. It's pretty funny looking. I just think I want to do a quick try where I make all the ocelots more bulky. Or actually I can just delete that. Just a quick try where all of these are a lot wider in all dimensions, which the hands would very similar. We get the other proportions looking nicer. It's a feline, so felines can be quite narrow and slim. So these might look too much like squirrels or something already. So while it works too, I think I like this one better. But I do want to try one more slim kind where they are touching here. Here as well. Needs to be. Eventually I tried to make them lean more backwards and then make their feet touch. I think the stand would be like more stable that way. Yeah, I think I like this idea. It's so specifically like three-dimensional that I'm already with very weird angles that I'm almost tempted to do. I rarely do it for small pieces, but do a 3D, super fast 3D mock-up of this and then draw on top of that to get the proportions right, because otherwise it can look quite wonky. Well, the stream might be a bit longer, but well, I think that's the way I want to do a quick 3D mock-up of this, because the angles are so wonky and it can look a bit off. Like right now, this the left one here looks a bit off. They're leaning too much. Might be a little bit of overkill, but let's do it anyway. You can see my horrible blender skills. I don't use it too much, so it's going to be painful. If you are used to Blender, using it a lot, then this can be painful. But this is definitely not going to be a 3D tutorial stream. I'm pretty horrible at Blender. Going to do the minimum amount. To make it what we need here. Is there like even a triangle option? I've never needed to do a triangle in Blender. How can I do a triangle? Maybe I can fake it with the cylinder by having just, yes, perfect. I can do it with that. Because that can be our reference base. I'm just going to do a really extremely rough, like blocking. This is one of our ocelots, and I do want the hands, or a little bit of reference for the hands. This will be close enough for that. And as you can see, these are ocelot hands. So the legs will be roughly on there. That's the hands. Do we need a head? We can add a simple sphere. Not that one. We can. That can be our head. And this almost as far as I'm going to actually take this. Maybe a super simple tail. And I'm could do it to some Bezier curves if I had enough time to actually learn that in the spot, but let's just do this. Shrink longer and this is our beautiful render. It's so beautiful. And how much do I? Yeah, 120 degrees. And here we go. This is our beautiful rendition of this. Just going to do wireframe so we can actually see it behind the ball. And then we just need to find a nice angle. I was thinking roughly like that. Or do we want that to be fully behind? Or a little bit, see, maybe we can see a little bit of the head. Or fully behind. Maybe we can see a little bit of the head and can make the tail a little bit visible too. So that should be... We can use this. The first perspective good enough for us? Should be a little bit more from the top like this. A little bit too much. That's going to be a good one. This was kind of our favorite, so this one, and where is it? Here. Too far off, but I think we're gonna get a little bit nicer with this one. Last time we just ended it like that. Yes. But I actually like the top one. And then we can place the paws together. And so roughly. So have quite a short snout. Not sure how I should draw it here. On this and what kind of material we want this to be. getting there. I think we can add at least some sort of ice for them to make them more ocelothy, or we'll see. Like these are also very some sort of dots. There can be indentations in the metal or something, because otherwise they look a lot less like ocelots. They're very round-headed, but I think they can be with this, because it's not supposed to be a realistic ocelot, but that's there. Just there, or a relic. I think that's pretty much as far as we can take it with the sketch. I'm pretty happy with it. It's definitely one of the harder ones. The treasure chest would have been probably easier, just a box, just some decorations and stuff. But this is what you wanted, so it is what you get. Thinking how I'm going to arrange the layers for the illustration. I need at least front and back, and then the crystal ball in the middle, pretty much. So let's duplicate that. Usually I like to do just like one layer with few effects on top, but in this case I think we actually do need three groups. Otherwise we'll get very hard to. Well, this will help a lot with the transparency and stuff. So we can even start with the crystal ball. I'm not imagining that this might actually even be like a yellowish ball for the ocelots, but we'll see that. We can choose colors later. As for this, that's the behind one. This is the top one. And I was imagining some brass kind of metal for the base. That we can leave the back one. It could be darker, like for example how it's this one is, but that's very dark and don't give me ocelot vibes. So Will is saying, remember the face for the one behind. Yeah, that funny face. We'll need to see what we can do with that. That's pretty much everything we need for the front. And then for the back, just put everything that might get behind the ball over here. So it will get the transparency. The ears are also quite particular because they need to be quite round but a little pointy to be ocelot ears and not like teddy bear ears, but also not like fox ears. don't know, that still something. Still something with this. I think the hand needs to go on front. Just looked too skinny. We can even now we are choosing some colors, so we can bring the background in and also the layers. Let's actually shift this a little bit to the side. Maybe roughly there. And then snip those away and just double check here that it looks fine. Yeah, it could be just a smidge bigger, but I don't know it. I like the size just a little bit down. Yep, I'm happy with that positioning. So then we can see what we want to do with the colors. I will assess that it looks a little bit small compared to the floor wood. That's something that's even bigger of a problem with even larger items that you hopefully don't like think about too much, because we are using the same background for all items in the game, and well, different items are we want them all to have similar presence on the card, like they should look kind of the same. They should occupy roughly the same area on the card, which means that bigger items can actually look kind of smaller and smaller items can look a little bit bigger. And there's not too much we can do about that, because for the base game and therefore for the expansion, chose to use this wooden, or created this wooden background for the items instead of using an abstract background, which would not hint at the scale. But this felt more grounded, so I still do like this, but it does mean that some items, if you stop and think about it, might look a little bit too big or too small. But I think the trade-off in this case to make them more grounded, and some, for example, light items which have like light, not anti-heavy, but light source items can have light bones from the wood, which looks very nice, but it means that sometimes we have this scale issue. Okay, so I just don't think while I'm looking. Yes, that's exactly what we need. Don't think when you look at it. Ignore the background. Feel a little bit of that. And yeah, the brown, it's too dark. So definitely need to do, for example, something roughly like that, like brass, to get more separation from the background. thinking of playing around with all the colors, but I'm not sure. Like some metals, other like lighter metals, I like them a little bit to the blue, so for example something that like this with, of course, lighter head highlights and stuff. But I think I like the brass idea because it's quite close to, well, can make it close to Ocelot colors. And maybe it has some super simple painting applied to it for the dots. Because if I make them just like indents, like in the shape, I can't make them too much different in color-wise, and then it can be easy to miss those details. So I think I'm going to add some simple black painting applied to it. Maybe even red one inside the ears, kind of like here on the charm, but we'll see about that. A little bit less harsh. I know it's coming from the other window with mirror, so how about the ball? Do we want to make it the yellowish or something? Or even reddish, maybe. That would be very special. Weird crystal ball, but I don't know if that's a bad thing per se. Or greenish, kind of like from the eyes. Maybe the bluish is the best. Or even light like this, like quite clear. I do like that one. I now got stuck drawing the crystal ball, but also I think it's can be very helpful. Actually, I think I want to do it this way. Transparent things need to play around to see how to make it look the best. Yeah, looking pretty cool. We can add just the color of the crystal ball if we want. Trying to think what's the closest. So I also like to use references of our own from the game. What items we have that would have similar. Well, we have the belt has, it's not identical, but it has this this, whatever you call that crystallized piece in the middle with the skull. So that has a transparent, a little glass-like element. Also, bottle like this. So maybe that has like the edge that you might want to reference. Water drop with the spyglass. Here we also have transparent element on the loop. Yes, yeah, glass, the edge. Yeah, I think I want to put the light color on the edge. Tags were lucky and relic, so it needs to look old-timey. It also breaks the perfect circle edge, which I want to avoid in our... That's pretty nice. We can still add some smoke. That was one of the ideas, so let's actually try. Here. Yeah, will just as if there will be something inside. Yeah, the idea, so the snowman was first an idea, but now we have already ocelots outside of it. I think we don't need any more. I think we don't need anything specific inside anymore to hint about the ocelots. Patterns on them. bigger because they don't need to look natural, but rather someone adding them painting, so they can be quite intentional looking actually, and more stylized bigger because of that. Seems to go better than your ice bomb. Thank you. Welcome to the stream, Jarkko. You removed your message, so I'm not sure what you wanted to say. Then I think some scratches here and there, maybe. An over-eager ocelot in the past scratched it. Yeah, definitely we can add some wear and tear, but that's... Yeah, I can do that, but usually I do that like one of the last things. Doesn't need an excessive amount of this, just here and there. I was on the wrong account, so I removed that message. Okay. Just revealed us. Oh no, you revealed you being finished even before in an earlier stream by saying Kiitos. But that's one of the words that some people actually do know of Finnish, even if they're not Finnish themselves. So technically it's not revealing. Now I'm trying what cases wanted. Will like this is the, I would do something like that for the face, but you wanted something funny here, so I'm trying to put something a little funny. It's going to be quite easy to miss because it's back there, but maybe something like that. Secrets revealed. Is that funny enough for Ville? If you're still here. Thank you. some shadows to make it more three-dimensional, less flat. To do some glow from the wall, but we'll need to play around with which of these would look the best. Starting to be pretty good. I still make one pass with like a detail layer. But let's add a shadow to get a good idea on how it kind of integrates to the base. Also so much more grounded when you have the shadow on the ground, so that it can look like it's floating or just not there. And then let's see all kinds of small details, mostly edge highlights, but some scratches were also requested. These basically I'm just drawing on top of everything as a final pass. to add anything I might have missed or want to add. Hello Bartek, welcome to the stream. Late to the party, but would it be worth adding some piece of cloth that would be used to cover the ball? Maybe it would be like under it right now, and then you can put it on top if you want. We can think about that after we have completed the other artwork otherwise, and then see if it would benefit from a cloth under it. But that's a good idea if it comes to that. Crystal balls are a fire hazard, so better be safe. Let's soften these edges just. Would be a fun touch if during summer use of crystal ball might start a fire intentionally or not. Unfortunately, we are not going to have unique tags on this item, which means that we can't basically we can't hook unique unique story beats to this item either. So you we can ask if you have a relic tag, and then things can happen, and we can ask if you have a lucky tag, which can make again things happen, but we don't neither of those are unique to the crystal ball, so we can't ask you about that specifically. They let you use the internet in the in the jail, Bartek, in the board game jail. That's a surprise. You were released for good behavior. Haven't cheated, homeworld, or cancelled my whole day. That was a short visit then. Got off easy. Thinking where add more wear and tear. Let's try just a known layer because I'm not sure if I want it, but like small crack. I think the little crack adds a little bit of character. I do like it. Maybe that's why this this one is a little horrified. Oh no, what if it cracks? Oh, I also got the idea where the whole, it could also glow a little on the floor. But this would be against the strike against the cloth under this. It might also be a little distracting anyway, so maybe this would be better. As I thought before, I like sometimes play around how the items interact with the floor under them. So this could be a fun way to do that again. It makes it a little bit more mysterious, like compared to this one. Let's put it a little closer, like this one, and then this one, like ooh, spooky vibes. Bartek saying they can imagine the havoc this wall can do in the casino. It looked like this at some point. And here's how it looks like now. Yeah, I'm really happy how this turned out. I wasn't sure what we will end up with, but this is turning out to be really fun looking thing. Let's see if I can increase the glow a little bit to the left. Yeah, I think I don't want to add a plot for it, because it would take away a bit from the composition, and I really like the effect that it has on the floor below it, with the little color and stuff. Yeah, this is turning out to be one of my favorite illustrations, and like how it actually looks, with all the fun little additions that you got, you suggested, like the funny face on the back one, and the damage on it. The crack is one of the best of those, I think. Maybe we can add like one small little damage, for example, here on the side. This is the front one. without the final added detail, they really make a big difference. Just like the light effect on the floor. Don't just saying it looks awesome, and it also very happy how it turned out. Looks really spooky and mysterious, like you can imagine seeing things inside of it. Let's see. We want to add more smoke. Definitely not that much, but maybe just little, not on the back one's face. There. The bottom part. Yeah, I think just a little bit more smoke, so you can't see through it quite as much, so it's easier to imagine you can see something in there. What we should do in this, maybe the head. Yeah, the head looks more natural and the head comes like that. Yeah, it's very funny card. Kenji, do you want to be on the video? Nee. He wants to be on the video. Yes. Kenji got on the video too, on the stream. Kenji, come in the video. Here's Kenji. I think the stream is almost pretty much done. I'm really happy how the card came out. Let's open it here so you can see the final result. How the crystal ball ended up as. I'm really happy how it came out. I had no idea how it. Didn't even know which card we will end up drawing, but this was a good choice and really happy. And I think this it's one reason we also wanted this for the game, because it's the dreams and mysteries, and this is definitely a little bit dreamy, but also quite mysterious. So it has both of those vibes to it. So when you find it, it can be a fun little experience. Bartek can't wait to find it. Yeah, there will be, as with all the different items, multiple different ways or different places where you can find various items. Just because if we put them all in a single place, it would be very easy to miss them, and there are so many branching paths and stuff that it would be nearly impossible to see even small chunk of the things, and it would be very underutilized if you could only find it in one place. So that's why we put them always in multiple places for you to find. But yeah, the next stream will be next week's Tuesday, and then we will have a gameplay stream with Sir Tekos, and we will continue where we left off with Anton in the previous gameplay stream, and hope to see you there. You can look through the go to the channels page, or you can subscribe if you want. But we will I will schedule the stream probably tomorrow, so then you can see the exact time on when it will happen. It will be a little bit later than this stream, a few hours at least, so maybe more people or different people can join it. But yep, if you have any questions, you can drop down in the comments and I will get back to them when I get the chance. Bartek says, for the effect of it, if I use it and don't like the result, can I choose another option and ignore the ball? Yes, so I gave a brief overview of the effect at the start of the stream, but to close it off, when you use this, you can have multiple different options with skill checks available. You choose one with a skill check, but you don't choose the option yet, like technically. You just say that I will use the crystal ball for this. Could be, for example, intimidate the thugs. And then you roll the ball and you see from the crystal ball, oh, that's a terrible idea. I would get one negative, I would get one failure for it. And then, okay, let's just choose the different option. Or in other case, if you roll well, you can, oh, that's a very good idea. My crystal ball is like is agreeing that that's a great idea. In which case you can get the success, and then you're like, oh, maybe I do want to choose that skill check. So the theme or hope is that it gives you the idea like, should I do this or not? And then you ask your magic crystal ball if you should do the option or not, and then based on the roll you see a good or bad fortune for you based on the roll, and then you can choose a different one if you wish to do so. So it's a 50-50 chance if you get a positive or negative outcome, but you don't have to choose the option, and there's also no requirements for specific skill or specific verbs, so you can use it for any available skill check. Yep. So thanks everyone for joining, and I hope to see you in the next stream or streams next week. Thank you, and bye.